Did you know a window desk can trigger a lupus flare? This is the window desk. After 6 months in remission, I suddenly get an unexpected flare again since 2 months ago. It started with joint pain, a lot of headaches, migraine, and eventually I had rashes on my skin, right here on my neck and the shoulders. I didn't know what the trigger was until my dermatologist told me that I have been exposed to the sun. Of course, as a lupus patient, I know that I should avoid the sun always. And I haven't been out. I have always been staying indoors, sitting at this desk, working on my computer, trying to make videos, and that's all. So it really makes me think, why is my doctor telling me that I have been exposed to the sun? So this triggered me to try to find out where can I potentially get UV exposure from being at home indoors, which I thought is very safe. And the only way to find out where I can potentially be exposed to UV ray is this. I bought one of these UV meters so that I can measure around in the house to see where is the potential UV exposure that I might be getting. So with this, we measured around in the house, and eventually when I reached my desk here, I was shocked. So now we try windows open directly outside there. Blue sky, scattered clouds. There's going to be a lot more UV coming in. Oh my god, that is high. Let's show you. Look, this is 0.27. The meter when I measured here was around 5:30 in the afternoon, and it was still very dangerously high. Only then I realized that the window is the cause of my flare. I started to relocate my desk to here. This is my new desk now. So I try to stay as far away from the window as possible. And at the same time, we applied a window film. Okay, so now I'm going to stick this thing on the window. This is the UV filter. So this is the best that we can find in the DIY shop, and it's meant for the windows, and it's 99% UV filter out. We're going to stick it on this window because Bart is going to sit there at my previous desk. He should not get too much UV exposure as well. So I will show you with the help of my husband how the meter reads right now in the afternoon at 5:30. It's 5:30 p.m. now, and this is right behind glass, unprotected, and it reads 0.114. Okay, so this is the current reading at 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m. And with the UV filter on this window, it reads 0. So this UV window film actually filters out all the UV rays, which is now good, very safe for us. We are now very safe here. Good. Now that I have experienced a flare even from a small dose of UV exposure indoors at my desk, possibly from a cumulative exposure since it was over a couple of days when it was warm weather and I had the windows open, that could have led to my flare most likely. So because of that experience, I am really curious about the outdoors. So I really wanted to test it out for you to see. So I went out to test. But before I show you the outdoor clips, I want you to understand that this is just a brief test and it is not about the meter measurements. Don't worry about the milliwatts per square centimeter kind of readings. The whole idea is just to have a feel of what the measurement outdoors are as compared to my baseline indoor when I measured at my desk, my previous desk, next to the window. So I will put the result outdoors on screen so that you can understand what I'm talking about. So let's go and have a look. So good morning. Now it's 8 o'clock in the morning and we're just out for a short walk in the park near my home. You might recognize this church. I filmed here before. I'm just curious about how the sun is right now. As you can see, the sky is quite a lot of clouds now at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm in my sun protection clothing. Okay, my husband is going to help me measure the sun. This is the sensor that is pointing up to the sun. Oh my goodness. It's 0.834. I'm not sure whether I can see it with the sun, but it is the reading 0.834. This is a complete sunburn. Luckily I did sunscreen already on my face, so maybe I need to wear this. This is the sun protection hood. I need to cover, and I have my UV blocking sunglasses. I cannot expect this. I didn't expect this actually at 8 in the morning. Okay, let's sit on the bench. Okay, so this is how I will be exposed to the sun. The sun is there. And oh, 0.93. Oh my goodness, 0.933. That's, yeah. Ooh, cannot be outside for too long. So now I'm going to test there. So there are some trees. I'm just going to check whether there is any protection under the shades of the trees. I found a spot here under the tree, and here are quite a number of trees. So you can see the sun is peeking through there from the tree. Yeah, probably it's not very obvious. There is the sun. So here is the car park where all the trees are, and you can see the clouds. If I'm facing the sun,
this is what you get.
Under the shade facing the sun is still 0.128, and there is the sun. There is the sun. Ooh, okay, let's try to go further into the woods area. Okay, so now I'm in the little park behind the church. So these are the trees, very big tree here. I filmed one of my last videos here as well. So the sun is over there, as you can see behind me. So I'm going here, which you can see is quite dense trees and with clouds in the sky. And what time is it now? Let me see. It's 10 past 8 in the morning. So, okay, I come to this tree here. 10 past 8 in the morning. Let's see how the measurement is. Yeah. Okay, it's under the shade like this is quite good. It's 0.006. There is the sky, which we can see quite a bit of exposure to the sky, but it's a little bit cloudy. And it is 8:20 now in the morning in Belgium. So it depends on your location. So I'm curious here because this is where we are exposed. Oh yeah, I have to show. That is the sun, and we came from there, the main street. So let's see, we are away from the sun, pointing to the sky, and it reads 0.14. We are between the trees. I am actually not standing under any shade because I'm standing right here in the hole exposed. The sensor is pointing up and I'm exposed at 0.3. Oh my God. Open directly without any shade. Okay, so that's what I should remember, never to do that. Never to do that. I have my sun protection clothing, sunglasses, and should never look at the sun directly with your eyes because that's very harmful. Now we are in the car. So we have just parked in the car park, planning to go outdoors. It is 9:15 a.m. in the morning. I want to measure the UV meter reads when we are inside the car. This is it. This is the sensor, right? So I point here on the side window. Okay, it reads 0.09 at 9 o'clock. Wow. And I'm going to point at the windscreen. So windscreen is 0. So indeed, windscreen is filtered out completely, UVA and UVB. So let's measure the back. So, measuring at the back of the car. And does it read something? 0.066. The side is 0.08. It's as much as in the front seat. So the conclusion is we are not protected inside the car. So even when driving, we need to wear UV blocking clothes as well as sunglasses. Wear sunscreen even on the neck and the hands, not forgetting the hands. Okay, so we are outside of the car now, facing the sun, wearing my sun hat, UPF hat and clothing. So let's measure. Oh my goodness, look, 1.055. That is how many times at home is so me with the back facing sun, the sun is behind. 0.2. So directly facing the sun is still stronger, of course. We are a 3D figure, right? So when we stand in the sun, different parts of our body will be exposed to different intensity of the UV rays. As long as we are long time outdoors, we will be exposed to UV rays. Yeah. From my shoulder.
Yeah, because
yes, yeah. It's 0.85. That's very high, of course. The sun directly shining. Okay, conclusion. When you're outdoor, make sure to wear protective clothing, wear sunscreen. I wear SPF 100. And also don't forget to reapply every 2 hours if you plan to be outdoors longer. And what else? And don't forget to apply on the neck as well, for any parts of the body that is exposed, and hands as well. Not forgetting to apply on the hands. So now we are going to check under what do you call that, parasol, a shaded area where we normally drink coffee, and we're going to see how that measures over there. Now we are seated under the parasol. I'll show you this type of thing. I don't know how you call it. It's a large umbrella where we normally come and sit to have coffee or a pancake. Okay, this is high now, 0.11. So the sky is there. I don't know, the sun is somewhere there, right?
Sun is there.
The sun is there. So there is a larger shade over there. That is a huge one there. And we are going to move in there to sit. So now we are seated under this huge parasol. Do they still call parasol? Yeah, it's a larger cover. So I'm exposed there where the sky is. And what's the reading? 0.104. Similar to at my desk. And this is only in the morning, 9:35. So how about behind? So behind there is a building and I'm sitting under the shade. So my back is exposed to 0.009. Maybe it's not very clear, but it's 0.009. It's minimum exposure because there is a building. Plus in the shade. Conclusion, shade is not good enough. So that's where we drink coffee. It's now 9:40 a.m. Under a bit of shade. Not going to sit here too long. Just come here to test out the environment of the usual places that we are going. So, in conclusion, what we have learned is that we must first always seek shelter, seek shade. Don't go out directly under the sun without protection. That is very, very harmful. So number one, we need to seek shade whenever possible. And number two, make sure that we have protective clothing, UPF rated clothing, preferably UPF 50. UPF 50 is what I have. And as well as wear a hat when you're outdoors, UPF hat, to protect your face and ears and neck area. And on top of that, don't forget about your eyes. Wear UV, 100% UV protection sunglasses so that we are protecting our eyes, not from the direct sun. That's very, very bad. And then also don't forget to wear sunscreen and make sure you apply enough on all the exposed areas that are not covered by clothing or shaded by the hat, because it's really important to put enough, to wear enough on those areas. So what I have is I'm using SPF 50 at home most of the time and SPF 100 when I'm outdoors. And also don't forget your lips. I also have this which I wear on my lips to protect my lips from the sun. So these are the main things, I guess. And yeah, bring one along with you so that you can apply on the go. We need to reapply every 2 hours, especially if you're perspiring a lot in the summer or at the beach. For sure, you certainly need to apply several times a day. And one very important note is avoid tanning your body. Tanning is actually a sign of skin damage, so don't do that to yourself. And also try to avoid being sunburned, because that can cause skin damage as well. As we all know how painful it is with sunburn, so don't do that. While being indoor is also important, don't forget to apply UV window filters to all the windows you have at home, and try not to sit next to the window because the risk of exposure is high, especially if you sit for a long time reading a book or watching TV, something like that. And choose UV protection kind of curtains and blinds so that you are shielded from the UV rays that can penetrate through glass. It's 0. So this is 0. So it is the blinds. The blinds protects, filter out all the UV. That is also very important for indoors. Oh, one other thing before I forget, try to check all the lights you have as well. I use this to check all the lightings at home to make sure that nothing is emitting UV rays unexpectedly, because there are some halogen lights or fluorescent lights that can still emit some UV rays which can be harmful to us, our body, especially with cumulative exposure over a longer period of time. So that is something we need to look into as well. As for me personally, I apply SPF 50 on my skin, the exposed parts, when I'm sitting indoors as well. And I also, first priority is to wear UV protective clothing even when I'm at home, just in case if I walk past a window that is emitting UV light, or in case a window is open at home, then I'm not accumulating all this exposure to the UV, and that can potentially cause harm to my body. So whether you are living with lupus or not, I think it is important that we all should protect ourselves from UV rays in general. Not only can they cause skin cancer, but it certainly can trigger flares for us people suffering with autoimmune diseases like lupus. So remember, UV is invisible, but yet it is very harmful, and especially when it is accumulated over a period of time. So if you have symptoms and couldn't figure out what the triggers are, then try to look around in your house for lightings that might be transmitting or emitting UV rays unexpectedly. So based on what I have learned, I have created a sun-safe checklist for myself, and I'm going to share it with you too. You will find the link in the description below, and you can download it and use it as a reference guide. Please share this video to help raise awareness. So for now, protect yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.